Everyone, Shabba Gamer here, and we are back with the WWE 2K15 Universe Mode, and this will be episode number 9 for the Ring of Honor brand. We do have a pay-per-view next week, and I'm going to announce now, even though Jay may have already guessed me already, but the next pay-per-view for Ring of Honor is going to be split into 3 days, and it will be a joint production with Global Force Wrestling. We will see on the Friday night Invasion Attack, on the Saturday will be War of the Worlds, and then on Sunday will be the Best in the World pay-per-view. Over them 3 days, all of the championships of Ring of Honor and Global Force Wrestling will be defended. So without further ado, let's have a look at the card we've got set for you tonight. We're going to start off with Cedric, Alexander and Caprice Coleman with ACH at ringside. They'll be taking on the Briscoe brothers, Mark and Jay. Hanson will get another chance this week as he will take on Michael Elgin. Kyle O'Reilly will take on one half of the tag team champions, Chris Hero. We will see the continued rivalry between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And then our main event this evening, again, we will see another rivalry continuing, which is Seth Rollins taking on Bryan. So let's get straight into our first match of the evening. And here we go with the first match. We're going to start off with Cedric, Alexander and Mark Briscoe in the ring. Oh, and Caprice Coleman comes in early. As I said earlier, well, I'm going to have the triple pay-per-views next week. So a win here for either side would really help their cause at getting that tag team championship match. Of course, Caprice Coleman and Cedric Alexander only debuted last week but picked up a victory over the Addiction, Chris Daniels and Kazarian. The Briscoe brothers haven't done fantastically so far in this universe mode. I was hoping they'd do a little bit better. But maybe tonight will be the beginning of that. I remember every single championship for Ring of Honor and Global Force Wrestling will be defended at the free pay-per-view next week. Invasion Attack, Best in the World and War of the Worlds. So definitely worth keeping an eye out for that one. We're going to see guys like the Young Bucks. We're going to see Finn Balor, AJ Styles returning to the Ring of Honor ring as well. It's going to be some fantastic matchups we can put together. Also, we've got a lot of the NJPW talent in Okada, Tanahashi, Nakamura, all those sort of guys. Be great to pit them against some of the top Ring of Honor wrestlers as well. As Alexander makes his way across the ring to bring in Caprice Coleman. Jay Briscoe still in the ring. Caprice Coleman in the front chancery. Front chancery? That is the right word, isn't it? Jay Briscoe now with the just the rolls on the mat. I think they're called the Gator rolls as Luke Harper uses them. Then rolls straight into that chinlock submission. Breaks the hold. Comes across and brings in his brother Mark. He catches Alexander in the headlock. Back elbow by by Caprice Coleman. Great spinebuster by Mark Briscoe. My mind's gone completely blank. I'm forgetting everyone's names. Coleman fights his way back to his feet against Matt Briscoe though. Briscoe reversing, throwing Coleman against the ropes and hitting another one of those sit-out spinebusters. Gonna go for the pin, but ACH is up on the apron. Stone Cold ACH. Coleman gets control of Mark Briscoe, then hits that scoop slam with the arm pinned behind. Gonna make it across to bring in Cedric Alexander. But Alexander caught with that Saito suplex by Mark Briscoe. Briscoe bringing Alexander to his feet and he's got him up. And there it is with the sit-out Death Valley driver. Jay's across the ring. Almost caught the referee there rather than taking Coleman off the apron. And Coleman's across quick enough to break the hold. A complete clusterfuck from everybody there, really. Jay Briscoe nearly accidentally took out the referee. Looks like ACH has been ejected from ringside for just continually getting involved. Mark Briscoe now in control of Cedric Alexander. Now gets him up on the turnbuckle and hits the Frankensteiner on Alexander. He's going to go for the pin here. He is. Jay Briscoe's out of position. I think Coleman's going to be... No, Coleman wasn't quick enough to get across the ring. And the Briscoe brothers pick up the victory here. This was Mark's sit-out Death Valley driver. I must admit, I'm not very good with the names of some of these indie stars' finishing maneuvers. A lot of the DVDs you get don't have commentary on sometimes, so it's difficult. We'll try and make up as many names as we can. I know Jay Briscoe's has as the J Driller. But either way, that was a sit-out Death Valley driver by Mark Briscoe. Great victory for Mark. Maybe these two guys will definitely be looking at the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships at this triple pay-per-view we're going to have next week. Kings of Wrestling, no easy feat to defeat though. Cesaro and Chris Hero, two of the guys that could easily be Ring of Honor champion, let alone the Tag Team Champions. So match number 2 here this evening will be Michael Elgin taking on Hanson. And we are underway with this match. Hanson made his debut last week against Jimmy Jacobs, I believe, and came out on the losing side. He'll definitely be hoping to turn his tables in this match here against Michael Elgin. We haven't seen Elgin for a few weeks. I've not really used him as much as I probably should do. We did see in the first pay-per-view, the Glory by Honor, I believe it was. He picked up a big win against the debuting Alberto Del Rio, and then I think he defeated him the next week as well. Apart from that, we've not seen much of him. But as I've said in previous videos, there's a hell of a big roster on this Ring of Honor brand, so it's difficult to try and get everyone involved. With the triple pay-per-view next week, I'm sure we can get a lot of people involved. We'll see a lot of 6-man tags and things like that, just to try and do brand versus brand. Try and come out with a trump card winner. Hanson doing a lot better in this match, and just as I say that, he gets caught with a belly-to-belly by Michael Elgin. Elgin now bringing Hanson into the centre of the ring. He's going to go for the early pin. 1. Only a 1 count. The last thing Hanson would want is a successive loss. However, a loss to Michael Elgin is I don't think it will go down as a bad point in anyone's CV, really. Michael Elgin is a worthy competitor in his own right. 2 count there by Hanson on Elgin. And there's a huge clothesline by Hanson. Rolling Elgin over. 1, 2, 3, and that is all. Hanson picks up the victory after that huge clothesline. I don't normally like impact finishes, but that was a massive one, that was. This was the pin for the 2 count. And then just out of nowhere, the huge clothesline. It's not going to show it as a replay, because this game's right dodgy. But a good victory there for Hanson and his really dodgy beard, which has a complete mind of its own on this game. They'll be hoping to build on this and try and get that original loss to Jimmy Jacobs out of his mind and build off this one by Michael Elgin. And match number 3 this evening will be Kyle O'Reilly taking on Chris Hero. And here we go. Chris Hero, one half of the Kings of Wrestling, the current tag team champions here in Ring of Honor. We know he's not just a tag team wrestler, he's a fantastic singles competitor as well, so he'll be hoping to get a chance to show all of that in this triple pay-per-view coming up. I know I plugged it quite a lot already, but I'm very excited to make it. I think we can pull off something quite special here. Some great combinations. If you guys out there, especially you, Jay, if you've got any suggestions for matches you'd like to see between the Ring of Honor and Global Force brands, I like the idea of the Briscoe brothers versus the Young Bucks. I've always liked that. It's the modern day Hardys versus the modern day Dudleys. That's how I always look at it. Maybe a TLC tag team match between them two would be a good idea. I'm thinking for night 1, maybe champion versus champion. The Global Force Wrestling champion Okada versus the Ring of Honor champion Samoa Joe. I think that'd be a great match for the first night. But yeah, as I say, if you guys have any suggestions of what you'd like to see, it's a great super kick by Kyle O'Reilly. Just drop them in the comments below and I'll try and work in as many as I can without obviously contradicting other ones. Great neck breaker there by Chris Hero. And Hero going for Springboard move. Not normal for him, and as you can see, he wasn't overly confident. Back elbow by Hero, though. Known for his strikes. And there's a diving forearm to the seated Kyle O'Reilly. And another super kick by O'Reilly out of nowhere. And O'Reilly just with a headbutts to Chris Hero. I don't know if O'Reilly really wants to get into a striking battle with Hero. I know O'Reilly's got some very good kicks and punches of his own, but Chris Hero is known as the young knockout kid for one reason and one reason only. Oh, and there's the back elbow to the back of the head by Chris Hero. He's going to go for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and there it is. There's the victory. Right on cue as I was talking about Chris Hero strikes. He lines Kyle O'Reilly up and just hits the elbow to the back of the head. Are we going to get to see it? Yes, we are. Here he goes for the neck breaker. Then spins around with a back elbow to the back of the head of Kyle O'Reilly. Can't defend himself because he can't see it coming. Great singles victory here for Chris Hero. Be interesting to see if himself and Cesaro do lose the titles, just how far he can go on the singles roster. We've seen the Briscoe brothers really put themselves at the front of the list so far tonight for that tag team title shot. But I'm sure Chris Hero will be getting a lot more singles opportunities coming up soon as well. And match number 4 this evening is the continued rivalry between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And here we go, Sami Zayn with the early kick to the face of Kevin Owens. And I must say, I'm incredibly hot right now. Well, I found with recording these videos, I can't have the windows open because I live on a main road and there's a lot of cars go past and the microphone picks them all up. And I did have the fan on earlier and I realised the microphone picks the fan up as well. So I've tried to turn that off and the PlayStation 3 kicks out a lot of heat and I'm absolutely sweating here. It's a very, very hot day as it is. I think the hottest day of the year so far and it's just absolutely killing me. But that is what I pay for to create these videos for you guys. Because I'm enjoying making them. If you guys are still enjoying watching them, then I'll continue for as long as I can. I am going away for a few days coming up, so hopefully I'll probably get a few of these videos uploaded a bit earlier than normal. If I can get them made in time, that is. It's 9 o'clock now and I want to try and get another 5 episodes recorded tonight, so I'm going to struggle, but we'll try. The two guys locking up here. Sami Zayn coming out on top of that headlock. And our great fisherman's twisting suplex there by Sami Zayn. Pulling Kevin Owens into the centre of the ring. Owens fighting his way straight back to his feet though. Remember how this rivalry started. Owens was originally the Ring of Honor champion as this Universe mode started. Lost his belt in week 1. As Owens now cleaning the top of the announce table. Yeah, Owens lost his belt in week 1 at the Glory by Honor pay-per-view in the Fatal 4-Way match as Samoa Joe pinned Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens has never really forgiven Sami Zayn for losing his belt as such. Kevin Owens hasn't even had a rematch. He's not bothered about the rematch. He just wants to get his hands on Sami Zayn more than anything. And that's what he's doing here. Zayn with a dropkick. Kevin Owens just slapping it out the way. The referee's still counting here. My telly's on mute, so I've got no idea what number he's up to. But both guys make it in time. Stubby little dropkick there by Kevin Owens. Owens now taunting Zayn as he makes his way back to his feet. And Owens is locking in here for the package power driver. Picks Zayn up and hits the package power driver. That is going to be all here tonight, surely. Pulls him into the centre of the ring for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and that is. Kevin Owens picks up another victory in this feud against Sami Zayn. And here's the package power driver that finished it all off. For the pin of 1, 2, 3. Another good victory here by Kevin Owens. Disrespecting the referee there as well. As well as disrespecting Sami Zayn as he stands there just taunting, just standing above the broken body of Sami Zayn. And now just berating the referee continuously, now pushing us out of the way to continue his celebrations. So now we move into our main event this evening. It will be Seth Rollins taking on Bryan. And we are underway. These two guys have been at each other's throats the past few weeks. Nothing really aggressive between the two. I think it's just a case of one-upmanship. We saw a couple of weeks ago Bryan defeat Seth Rollins in a submissions match. As soon as the match finished, Seth actually challenged Bryan to a rematch, a Full Count Anywhere match, which Rollins then went on to win. Last week, Bryan again defeating Seth Rollins in the main event. So this is effectively match 4 of their little feud. Great standing shooting star press there by Seth Rollins. Seth in control. They were twisting the arm and... oh, great move there by Seth. Not seen that before. It was sort of like a snapmare turned into a neck breaker on Bryan / Bryan Danielson, if you will, if he's in Ring of Honor. The American Dragon. Misses with that forearm. Seth Rollins. Seth, of course, also known as Tyler Black in the Ring of Honor scene. Had a fantastic match. If you... well, actually, both these guys have. You can always probably find that on YouTube. Both these guys had fantastic matches against Kenta. Obviously now known as Hideo Itami. And that, again, has just now given me a fantastic idea for the next week's pay-per-view. I'm sure at least one of these guys, if not both, could have singles matches of high quality against Hideo Itami. But again, if you guys have any suggestions of the matches you want to see, drop them in the comments below. And obviously we have another episode of Ring of Honor television before that pay-per-view to sort a few more aspects out. I think it's already pretty much set in stone that Austin Aries is going to get the Ring of Honor Television Championship match, and it looks as though the Briscoe brothers may get the Tag Team Championship matches. Bryan locks into the bell lock. He made Seth tap to this a couple of weeks ago, but Seth is close enough to the ropes to break it, I'm sure. There it is. Yeah, the Briscoe brothers have cemented their place earlier tonight, looking for that Tag Team Championship. Maybe we look at a number one contenders match next week, maybe? Against the previous champions, the Decade, in Michael Bennett and... sorry, Roderick Strong and Adam Cole. So I'm just bouncing ideas around here. If you like any of them, let me know in the comments section and we'll make them a reality. Bryan now again locking another submission to Seth Rollins, twisting the arm and just wrenching back on the chin, and Seth Rollins taps again. Bryan forces Seth Rollins to tap out here on Ring of Honor television. There was that discus forearm by Bryan. And this was when he locked into the bell lock. Obviously just far too close to the ropes. Seth managed to claw his way across. And this is just a random pin for a 2 count. And there's the submission, just locking the arm under the knee. And then wrenching the back, not only just back but twisty as well. Which has a great way of damaging the muscles in your back. Seth really had no alternative but to tap, especially after taking the early label lock. The muscles were already in quite a lot of pain. But that is the end of this episode of Ring of Honor Television. Again, just another plug, we're going to have a triple pay-per-view next week. Friday night, Invasion Attack. Saturday will be War of the Worlds. And Sunday will be the Best of the World pay-per-view. All Ring of Honor and Global Force Wrestling Championships will be defended over that weekend. So be sure to tune into that. But also remember, we do have one episode of Ring of Honor Television still to come, as well as one episode of Global Force Wrestling's Global Impact. So be sure to check them out as well. You can find links below in the description for the playlists. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I've been Shabby Gamer, and goodbye.